civil danger for the city of Nashville. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Nashville Police Department. A mysterious situation is taking place in the city of Nashville. At around 1:18 a.m. Central Standard Time, reports of suspicious objects hovering over Nashville and surrounding areas were received by police. These objects appear to be cylindrical in shape and are of unknown origin. Sighting locations include Nashville, Brentwood, Oak Hill, Berry Hill, and Clarksville. These objects are speculated to have hostile motivations, but that cannot be confirmed at this time. In the event these objects may be hostile, residents will be advised to evacuate the area. Authorities are currently looking into the matter and will be working to identify the objects. Residents of Nashville are advised to go inside and monitor local media outlets for updates on this situation. Do not try to apprehend the objects, as it is not known if they are hostile. Remain calm and do not call 911 unless you have a life-threatening emergency or new information about the objects. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. The unidentified aircraft that were reported over the city of Nashville, Tennessee, have been reported in other locations throughout the United States. These locations include Las Vegas, Nevada, Atlanta, Georgia, Bakersfield, California, Clovis, California, Albany, New York, Boston, Massachusetts, St. Charles, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, Washington, D.C., Houston, Florida, and Seattle, Washington. These objects are cylindrical in shape and are now reported to be emitting an unknown gas with an odor of what seems to be rotting flesh and producing a bright yellow color. These gases are presumed to be toxic, as many civilians and police have collapsed throughout these locations. If you live within 20 miles of these locations, you are ordered to stay indoors. Close and lock all windows and doors. Turn off heating and cooling systems. Seal all cracks on doors and windows with tape or damp towels. Gather supplies with you such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio. Do not try to apprehend the aircraft, as it is still not known if they are hostile. Residents are strongly encouraged to monitor local media outlets for more information on this situation. Do not call 911 unless of an actual emergency or to give new information about the unknown aircraft. civil danger for the entire United States. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. The situation involving the unknown aircrafts has developed even more. The aircrafts have been spotted in more cities in the United States. These cities include Columbus, Ohio, Portland, Oregon, Bangor, Maine, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Miami, Florida, Honolulu, Hawaii, Roswell, Georgia, and State College, Pennsylvania. In addition, the aircrafts have landed on the ground in the many locations throughout the United States and possibly across the rest of the world. The United States 1st, 4th, and 23rd Fighter Wings have been dispatched to apprehend the unknown aircrafts and to look for any signs of life within these objects. These cylindrical aircrafts have suddenly grown what seems to be new appendages such as arms, heads, wings, and legs. To add to this, gas ejections from these aircrafts continue to occur across the many areas of the United States. At this time, all residents of the United States are ordered to shelter in place at this time. Gather an adequate set of supplies for your shelter that can last you approximately 1 week. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more updates on this dangerous situation. Do not call 911 unless of an actual emergency or to give information about the aircrafts to your civil authorities.
This is an emergency action notification, requested by the White House. All EAS participants will follow activation procedures in the EAS Operating Handbook for a national-level emergency. The President of the United States or one of his representatives will shortly deliver a message over the emergency alert system. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by.
We interrupt your programming. This is a global emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. To repeat, this is not a test. The situation with the unidentified objects reported across the country has escalated dramatically. There are reports speculating that the military aircrafts were obliterated instantly upon approaching the objects. Reports are now coming in of attacks across the world have come in. These objects are now hostile. To repeat, these objects are hostile. These objects are using an unknown laser weaponry capable of obliterating anything in sight. There are also reports of electromagnetic pulse attacks across the entire world. To add to this, there are reports of unknown entities disembarking from their carriers and roaming across the earth. These entities are light with smooth skin, blackened eyes, long and slender limbs, and communicate by means of loud knocks and whispering clicks. These entities are said to be very quick and agile, are resilient to conventional ballistic weaponry, and show no mercy to any living creatures. The objects and entities are now believed to be of extraterrestrial origin. All residents across the globe are ordered to shelter in place at this time. Gather any supplies with you, such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, any form of weaponry such as firearms, and a battery-powered radio without an LCD display. If one of these creatures enters your shelter, you are ordered to use self-defense as a last resort. Instead, try to hide yourself away from these entities. If you are caught in the grasp of one of these creatures, there is nothing you can do. Do whatever you can to stay alive during this disaster. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is KNPR. We will continue to serve the Las Vegas area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Las Vegas area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use.
We interrupt your programming. This is a global emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. To repeat, this is not a test. Do not turn off your television as this broadcast is containing information pertaining to an ongoing global crisis. At around 5:39 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, there were countless incidents of extraterrestrial attacks were reported across the globe. There were many EMP attacks around the globe, disabling the many power grids across the planet. In addition, entities continue to exterminate any forms of life they encounter, with little to no mercy for them. In addition, the United Nations has stated that these creatures are resilient to any forms of weapon beyond the Earth. These creatures cannot be defeated by humanity. It is expected that all life on Earth will be exterminated within the next hour. There is no possible way to protect yourself. No protection is sufficient enough to save yourself. At this time, gather your loved ones, like family, friends, items, and pets with you, and prepare for the end. Do not tell younger children of this unfortunate news, and ensure their well-being in their final moments. If you are part of a religious denomination, pray to your God or gods. John 11:25. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. This is the emergency alert system, signing off for the final time. The emergency alert system will sign off with a final playing of our national anthem. May God bless you, and may God bless America.